Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here and welcome to BMTV. Alright, I'm very excited this week. We have the first of our customer chats. So joining us today we've got David Schollenberger from Balloon Crew. David, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for coming in. Okay, what I'd like to do is just find out a little bit more about you, your business, how you started, and hopefully share some insightful information for everybody watching today. So to start with, do you want to tell us a little bit about your business, what you do?
Well, we're a balloon business. We do balloon modeling, balloon decor, and balloon deliveries all throughout Hampshire, and really, if they pay enough, we'll go anywhere.
All right, yeah. So you're located in Portsmouth, just down the road from us. But as you say, you were telling me earlier on, where did you delivered to Blackpool once?
Yes, we did. We delivered to Blackpool for a wedding. That was interesting.
Quite a delivery charge, I would have thought, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you actually get into this industry?
I was a board entertainer at home. I worked mostly nights, so I had the daytime to myself. And I went down and was shopping, went into the local pound store, and found a book with balloons on how to twist balloons. And after thousands of balloons later and lots of popping and swearing, I took it up as a business.
Is it fair to say that the twisting is the main part of your business?
Yes, it is.
So you've gone from just being bored one day, buying a book, and now it supports you, feeds you, and makes your life what it is.
Yes.
Let's look at some of your amazing creations. Let's start with this guy.
Yes, well, I made Darth Vader because I know that he's one of your favorites.
He is.
So I brought him along. He's my caricature of Darth Vader. I make 3 different versions, but he's the smaller one, the cute one that everybody loves.
Yeah.
Complete with the red lightsaber.
I love that lightsaber. I'd never have thought of putting I take it that's a 160Q inside a 260Q.
Correct.
That's great. So really great.
And you can make them for kids. They're not just for display. You can actually play with them.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so that's Darth Vader. Yeah, love him, love him. What else have we got?
We also have our vegetarian zombie.
Vegetarian?
Well, yeah, doesn't have any blood all over him, so he must be a vegetarian.
I see,
yes.
yeah.
And he goes quite well. We have 4 different versions of him. And, so he's one of our big mainstays right now.
Just out of interest, how long do these things take you to make?
Darth Vader, the first time I made him was about 4 hours. Now I can do him in about 5 minutes. The zombie, they usually take about 5 minutes to make, the larger ones like this with more balloons. But, sometimes it takes hours just to come up with an idea that you become happy with.
So what's the process you use? Is it you have an idea and then you just think, how do I make that out of balloons?
Usually it's waking up in the middle of the night, upsetting the house, going, I got it, and then going and doing it.
I see. Okay. So you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and decide to make a Darth Vader?
Yes.
Okay. You must be very popular in your house.
No.
Okay, that's great. Now let's talk about this guy.
Well, he's one of our small storks that we make for delivery.
Small?
Yes. We make them out of 260 for a smaller one. It's more for like hospital deliveries. Yeah. And we also do home deliveries where he's made out of 350 Qs. And this one stands about 3 foot tall. The other one stands about 4 foot tall.
I know a lot of hospitals now don't allow flowers. That's why balloons have become more popular. We've got some customers that are shops actually in hospitals. Which is great, of course. Okay, and now this is something that I think is really interesting. You were telling me earlier about some of the changes in the industry, and this has come about from one of the changes you were telling me about. Do you want to share that with everyone?
Well, hats have always been a real big staple of making balloons, a quick, easy way to put anything on to anybody. But if it's a child and they put it on, it can pull their hair. Even adults, it can pull their hair. Yeah. Children will cry. And this is a way to keep the balloons away from the eyes and ears. If it pops, it's not going to harm you. And it's an easier way to wear them.
All right, I'm going to try and put this on, but I've got to duck down to keep it in shot. Okay, ready? How does that look? Is that good? Yeah. No, that's great. That's good. My daughters would love that. So, but yeah, a little bride and groom there. Have you seen any other changes in the industry over the years? Is there anything you've noticed has changed in the last few years?
Just morphing of balloons, where you're actually sticking balloons inside of other balloons and blowing up the inside ones and sucking the air out of the outside ones, so you get a morphed look. So it's
right,
more.
okay.
You can get faces that look more real with that, because you get cheekbones.
Right, that sounds really interesting. Yeah, I'll have to have a look and have a look at some of those. So what tips would you have, David, for anybody in the industry starting out, or people that are in the industry already and they just want to do better? What are your tips for that?
Tip I was told by, I believe it was Buster Bloom, but I'm not sure if it was. I'll quote him because he's an amazing man. Just one more. If it's drawing one more eyebrow or one more piece of balloon, the balloons don't cost that much when you're doing them.
Yeah.
And if you can use scraps, that's even better. Like with our stork, this is how he first started out. He started out with drawn eyes instead of balloon eyes, and gives him more depth. But also, we started adding babies in, and they just go in there, and the women forget all about the stork, and they focus in on the baby.
That's because that's ultimately cute. That is so awesome. Look at the little belly button and everything there. Can you see the belly button? Look at the belly button. It's got a belly button. That's great. So always go that little bit further is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the easiest bit.
Yes, yes. It's 3 seconds to make him. And it can make the perceived value of your balloons that much more.
Yeah, yeah.
And it doesn't cost you anything more.
Okay, so what other sort of tips have you got?
Don't be afraid of using colors that the people suggest. You know, I had somebody say brown and purple, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't overly flattering. But the child loved it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of that. It's their balloon. That's what they want. You know, do it. I have my personal preferences of not making guns. I won't make guns. But that's not, there's other people that will make guns. That's my personal preference.
Yeah.
But other than that, if somebody wants a pink flower with, you know, however they want it. They want a pink sword.
Yeah.
It's their world. They're the one enjoying it.
Yeah. Okay. I see that you're wearing what looks like a balloon belt, but I recognize that's not a traditional balloon apron.
No.
Tell us, what is it? Where do you get that?
I started wearing one of the balloon aprons, but I found it got too warm.
Yeah.
But these are just regular builder's trousers with the pockets built onto the trousers themselves.
All
They're
right.
hard wearing, and I can get a couple thousand balloons in there. Saves all day, and I have a pocket in the back with the rounds in it, and pockets for the pumps and then cutters and whatnot. And they're easy to load, and I think a lot lighter and a lot cooler.
I think that's a great tip because I can see your pens there as well. That's a really great tip that you've just taken something that's used for something completely different and you've applied it to what you do, and it works really well. That's great. So available from any builder's merchants, I assume, or somewhere like that. Okay, I'm notoriously bad with balloons. I struggle to even tie a knot in a balloon, and as for twisting, to be perfectly honest, I've never really even tried. So do you think you could show somebody that is likely to be very incompetent how to create something?
We'll give it a go.
Okay, let's do this. Here's a balloon that you prepared earlier for me, a nice purple one. So what are we going to make?
We're going to make a heart.
Okay.
Simple heart. We're
Okay.
going to start with the knot end.
Okay.
You're going to make a small bubble, so you're just going to twist it 2 or 3 times. Now you're going to take the other end.
Yeah.
You're going to bring it up to it, and you're just going to twist the two together. Now you're going to take one of the two and just pass it through. That locks it together.
Doesn't matter which one.
Doesn't matter which one.
That?
Yep, like that.
Okay.
Now you're going to turn it right side up.
Okay.
And you're going to take the middle, push it down.
Oh, no, I think I've got this. I've got it. Don't worry. Yeah, I think I totally have that. That's pretty good, isn't it? Not bad for a first time, I feel. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, in all seriousness, let's finish this off. Come on. That's one we prepared earlier, just in case you didn't realise. Okay. So fold it down. Oh, oh, whoa. Okay. It's moving.
Squeeze the air out of here.
It's not going to burst.
And then you're just going to slowly let go of it.
Mine's a bit skew-whiff.
It's all right.
That's okay. I created a heart. Look at that.
And you didn't pop it.
And I didn't pop it. That's really easy. Thanks very much for showing me that. I feel like an expert now. What is the future for Balloon Crew? What have you got lined up?
Well, we're going in conjunction with doing more wedding fairs and setting up large architecture, and still keeping with the balloon twisting for children and adults and the deliveries. We just want to grow the business enough to where it's self-sustaining and it's enjoyable for everybody on the outside and on the inside.
Yeah, all right, that's fantastic. Now, you were telling me earlier on you have something in the pipeline that is quite exciting, I would say, and that is getting into, you hope, the Guinness Book of World Records. Is that what they call it these days? It is, isn't it? So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've been thinking about this for the past 10 or so years. When I first heard about what the record was, which is the most continuous hours of balloon twisting, and I want to do this to aid a couple of charities that I've been acquainted with for many, many years.
What are those charities?
Muscular Dystrophy Association. My sister actually had that, so that one's near and dear to my heart. And also Rowan's Hospice. I've had a couple people that I've known taken there before their untimely end, and they were so helpful and just generous without a fault.
Yeah. So what is the record then, the current record?
The current record, as far as I've seen two numbers. One is 18 straight hours and one is 21 hours.
Wow. So you're going to go for 22 hours?
No, I'm going for 44 and a half.
Where did you get that number? 44 and a half hours? That's no sleep, no...
No, I get a 15-minute break every 2 hours.
Okay.
And that's for using the facilities and just icing down my hands and then going back at it.
So 44 hours straight. So that's nearly 2 full days straight.
Correct.
What's the longest you've ever stayed awake for?
11 and a half days.
11 and a half days? Oh, it's going to be easy for you. No problem at all.
And when there's not people there to twist for, I'm going to be making large sculptures for people to take pictures with, like an F1 car or a motorbike or a few other things I have in my mind to do. And all the money for that goes to the two charities.
Well, we are going to be there to see you do that, so we're really looking forward to that. So that's amazing. Now, I've got a question for you that is total self-promotion. You're here at Balloon Market. There's lots of other people out there that you can use. Why is it you use Balloon Market?
The cost is always a big thing, and you're right in there with the normal prices that I would pay. But how friendly you are and how helpful everybody here is. It's amazing that just a little question and you guys go out of your way to help, to make sure things are ready. So when I go to pick them up or when I have them ordered, they're there even before I expect them to be there.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I did not tell David to say that. I have to point that out right now. Thank you, that's great. I'm glad to hear that we're providing a good service for you. So I like to ask everybody that comes and pays us a visit some interesting questions to get a bit of an insight into them as a person. So I've got a few questions for you. The first one is your ultimate dinner party. So who would you invite, living or dead, to your ultimate dinner party?
I think it would have to be 4 people. One is my dog. He's more fun than anybody else I've ever known. One would have to be Phileas Flash, one of the greatest balloon artists of all time.
All right.
He's from Australia, but he lives in Canada now. An amazing, amazing man. One would have to be my father. He's sadly passed away, but he lightens up any party. And then I think one would have to be my favorite singer, which is Jason Aldean.
Oh.
He's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think that would have to be it.
Okay, cool. Sounds like a good dinner party. Now, you're on a desert island. 3 things that you could take with you, non-essential things. So I don't mean food and water. Let's say you've got that. But 3 non-essential things. What would you take on a desert island?
It would have to be endless supply of balloons because they calm me down. They keep me sane.
Yeah.
As sane as I can be. One would have to be the Skullduggery Pleasant books, and I think the other one would have to be my dog.
You like your dog?
Yeah.
You like your dog a lot. What sort of dog is it?
He's an Akita.
I don't even know what that is.
He looks like a miniature polar bear.
Oh, right, okay. Cool, cool. Okay, very nice. All right, now we're going to do some quick fire ones. Just answer one or the other.
Okay.
Okay, sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
Cat or dog? I know
Dog.
this one. Yeah. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Okay. UK or US?
Pass.
Oh, no, you can't pass. Okay, I'll let you pass on that. I don't know if we said, where is it? Did we tell everybody where you're actually from?
Detroit.
Detroit. Okay. That's in America, by the way, that's what US. Okay. Chocolate or Haribo?
Chocolate.
Okay. And the last one, 160Q or 260Q?
260.
Okay. David, thanks very much for
welcome.
coming in today. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. Please keep us informed of what you do, and we will be there for your world record. All right, that's everything from me and David this week. Hopefully we will see you again next week. Have a great week. Thanks. Bye.
Everybody's doing an age range, we've got to do an age range. Everybody's doing that, we've got to do that. They don't. They look at things and say, well, hang on a minute, what aren't people doing?
Just placed your order for the weekend. You've got all the balloons, all the party supplies, everything you need. And it's either for a decorating job, or you're stocking up your shop, or it's for a show you're doing, whatever it might be. And then one of your customers phones up and says, oh, can I please add some party hats, or can I please add a Minnie Mouse head, something like that. And you're like, no, I've just placed my order. Well, don't worry.